I'm avoiding relegation and welcome to Versus 5. This is my section, it's MLS Madness. I am facing off against the powerful Chris Sprouls. We are both playing LAFC and it is a one-season challenge to see who comes out on top. And as you will know from the last episode, it's been going pretty well for me. Admittedly, we've dropped a couple of points again, but before we get into that, we are going to play our match of the week. Okay, so this match is against the Seattle Sounders, and this is how we line up. In goal, it is Bendik, a back four of Farfan, Uche, Segura and Blockman. Janela in defensive midfield, Green and Cifuentes in central midfield, left wing Blessing, right wing Vela, who's back after, well, a fair absence between injury and international appearance. He's not been with us, so it's good to see him back. And up front, it is Rossi, and we are ready to go. Okay, so that's how LA basically face off against the Seattle Sounders. I think they're playing a 4-2-3-1, but yeah, basically, yeah. I expect to win. That's motivated. So I mean, Julian Green, of course, is always aggressive because that is Julian Green. I think I mentioned this last time. Always the red face, always aggressive, but he still has yet to be booked. So, to the tunnel, we will send the assistant. And as you can see, yes, the 4-2-3-1. That is how they line up. Of course, to our 4-3-3 defensive midfield. So we will go to kick off. Balls it straight away and go straight to full match. And it is a LAFC kickoff. LAFC in the all black, Seattle in the green. Segura, Cifuentes, Green. Green has been stunning since he started. Vela now. We haven't seen Vela in a while. It's good to have him back. Rodriguez has been standing in for him, but so's Green. And all pretty well. Blackmon. Janela now looking for an opportunity. Green. Latif. LA keep in possession. Let's not do anything silly. Uche would try the ball over there, but Farfan has picked it up. Janela. Green. Cifuentes. Vela again. Farfan now on the edge of the box. Tries to go past his man, and it is not a foul, but Morris now spearheading the counter-attack for Seattle. Come on, LA. Latif tried to stop it. And unfortunately, Seattle have forced a corner. Ladero. Cleared, but only as far as Seattle player Luque tries a run, but it's been blocked. Now it's Miranda who just passes it to the other side of the pitch, and Morris has run it out. Throw in for LA, 2 minutes in. I think I should give some encouragement here, see if that helps. Janela back to Farfan. Missing Palacios a little bit. Farfan is not a bad player, but Palacios is better. Cifuentes finds Farfan. Farfan looking to prove me wrong. Gets a low cross into nobody and it's cleared. Bruin now on the counter-attack for Seattle. Uche. Or Uche. I'm going to say Uche. With the tackle there. Throw in for Seattle at the wrong end. I'm going to go defensive for a bit. O'Neill's on the ball. I've got to put a ball over, but Uche was equal to it. Morris nods it down to O'Neill again. Dellum. Defensive wasn't the way to go, was it? Let's go back to attacking. Uche finds Latif. Farfan now. Goes past his man. Puts it forward to Latif, but it is intercepted by Dellum. Dellum coming for Latif. Knocks it out for a throw, and we're coming up to 4 minutes. It is still 0-0. I wouldn't like to say either of us have been the better side thus far, though. It seems to me Seattle have had the better possession recently. Attacking isn't cut. Let's drop it back to positive. Bruin puts it out wide. Thrown for LAFC. Well, encouragement worked. They're all on green faces, but nothing's happened. So Vela pass back to Segura. Vela now to Blackmon. Vela with the ball forward. Is Rossi going to get to it? He does, but he runs it out. That's disappointing. 0-0 still. 5 minutes gone. I think I'm going to risk going on to key highlights. But statistically speaking, no team has been able to break the other team down yet. Seattle have had a corner, but none of us have had a shot. Oh, thrown for Blackman. Vela with a flick on Rossi, but it is cleared. Only as far as Janela. Come on, LA. See if we can get something out of this. Green. Looks for opportunities. Janela to Vela. He's got support on his right. Blackman. Back to Vela. Vela to Cifuentes. Onto the head of Latif. Blessing. And it is 1-0 to LAFC. Bear in mind that Latif is not the tallest man in the world. That's lovely. But Vela finds Blackman, makes a run in, but Blackman passes it short to Vela, who puts it to Cifuentes, who hammers it. But Latif gets a touch on it. That's actually a cracking goal there. A first-time touch. We don't need to see it again. But that's 1-0, 15 minutes gone. One shot, one on target to there, none and none. Vela coming forward now. He's got a little bit of confidence, but unfortunately screws it. But Latif picked it up. Still running with the ball. Latif Blessing. He's on the edge of the box. He's in the box. Tried to be muscled off and gets the cross in, and Diego Rossi scores it. We are now 2-0 up, and it's coming up to 18 minutes. So that's great. Vela looking a bit knackered, as is Green. Both of them not 100% match fit, but that's fine. But yeah, O'Neill can't dispossess Latif, and he gets the cross in, and Rossi puts it home. Lovely work. Yeah, 2 shots, 2 on target, and then none and none. We are doing well. More encouragement? No. Should have demanded more. We're still 2-0 up. That's good. Seattle on the ball now. Long ball forward. Cleared by Uche. Picked up by Latif Blessing. He's gone on a run through. Long shot. And oh, that was a million miles away. I hasten to add, I did actually say we were going to be playing Montreal Impact today, but that was because I miscounted. This is actually Game 7 of this period. So yeah, Vela and Rodriguez can swap, which is great. Rodriguez is a name, obviously, you heard about in the last episode, but you won't know much about. But at half-time, they've had 1 shot, 1 on target to our 6 and 2. We got a .97 XG to their .05. We are looking pretty solid. But yeah, I'm going to say things you are capable of being even better. I believe this completely. I have faith in you. I've got faith in you. And I've got faith in you people too. But Rossi, Latif, I mean, they're just doing brilliant, aren't they, right? Obviously, Vela's off now in place of Rodriguez, but Rodriguez has played in that position since he's come back off loan and done quite well. So, yeah, sort of an interesting situation there. I wasn't thinking I'd be able to play him, but apparently, even though he was out on loan, his wages were actually still included within the budget, which is why he's here and playing, basically. Janela needs to go off for a tester. That's good. And poor old Segura is just struggling. I mean, in fact, our defensives are not doing well. And what's gone on here? Oh, Latif Blessing. He's having a lovely game. I don't think I can bring anyone on. No, I can't. Sorry, old son. Not to be. Just Rodriguez out on the right with Rossi up front. And Farfan being the man running up and down the left. Dellin with the throw in. Farfan with the clearance, but only as far as Roldan. Seattle looking to make opportunities here, but Testa with the tackle. Cifuentes with a lovely ball forward. Rossi picks it up. He's trying to get past his man. And he keeps hold of it and gets the cross in. And Rodriguez scores. That's his 2nd goal of the season for LAFC since he's come back. And that makes it Seattle 0. LAFC 3. Just brilliant performance. Rossi with a very important solo effort there. And Rodriguez getting on the end of the cross. Corker. They've had 2 shots, 2 on target to our 11 and only 4, which isn't fantastic. Bendick with a goal kick. Blackman to Cifuentes. Rodriguez now on the ball. Rossi. Rodriguez again. Rossi playing a little bit deeper. Blackman. Back to Cifuentes. Rodriguez on the ball. He's attacking now. Little ball to Rossi. K with the rebound. It's 4-0. 4-0 to LAFC. Seattle 0. But yeah. Cifuentes, a little touch to Rodriguez. Goes past his man. Gets a little short pass. Rossi doesn't get the shot off, but K gets the rebound. We will take it. But yeah, we've got some slightly knackered people here, but that's alright. It is full time. Seattle Sounders 0. LAFC 4. That is an absolutely stunning result. Well done, lads. A good win. So, after that performance, stunning performance, where does that lead us? Well, we are top still, as you might imagine, although 2nd place Sporting Kansas City do have a game in hand over us. We are, of course, certainly, well, in both points and goal difference, we are just smashing it out of the park. We are leading the pack well and truly. A goal difference of plus 38 and points 52. But it hasn't been all fun and games. If anything, this run of matches hasn't been as good as the previous one. Obviously, episode 2, you saw us after the... Well, you saw the LA Galaxy game in episode 1. And in episode 2, you obviously saw us beat Nashville. And you know about the changes that happened there and the fact that we only conceded 1 goal in 7 games. Well, obviously, we started back in July. First game out against New York. We only drew it. Diego Rossi did put us 1-0 up. But we were unable to keep it. And as you can see, we only had 2 shots, 2 on target. So they're 11-2. So if anything, we were lucky to get away with a draw. But we dropped points there, which is unfortunate. But after that, went away to Houston, smashed them 3-0. Cifuentes getting 2, Rossi getting 1. As you can see, he scored in the first and third minute. I mean, it was just insane. After that, we were away at Colorado, beat them 2-1. As you can see, we conceded more goals during this period. Austin FC at home, beat them 2-0. Not as good as the 4-0 beating we'd given them before. And then, of course, Portland beat them 3-1 away, which was corker, but again, conceded another goal. But then we drew with Philadelphia 1-1. Diego Rossi equalising on the 82nd minute. But once again, they had the better shots on target. And if anything, we were probably lucky to get away with a draw. So, but obviously after that, we had the Seattle Sounders game, which you just saw. And that was a very, very comfortable 4-0 win. So nothing wrong with that. So yeah, doing very, very well. I'll have a look at the squad in a minute. But as you can see, 6 games in. Next game will be FC Dallas. That is 7 games on. And we'll see how things are going from there. But yeah, it's a very strong and solid performance. I can't say enough good things about these tactics. But what I want to talk to you about, as I mentioned briefly, obviously, was Rodriguez. Where are you, Rodriguez? There he is. He's on the bench. That's why. Couldn't see him. But yeah, Rodriguez, when I joined, was out on loan with Almera. And he didn't do fantastically for them. But the thing was, I really thought, and I think I talked about this, that I wasn't going to be able to register him. Because, of course, Carlos Tevez came in and immediately left because he wouldn't fit within the wage budget and somebody else had just signed him. So we couldn't sign him. But I assumed that where he was out on loan, his wages was still going against the wage budget to start with. So he was always included in the registration even though he was ineligible. I don't know if that's quite right or not, but nevertheless, it's been great because it means we've had him available to play. And as you can see, since he's come back, he's not done bad. Basically overall 7 appearances, 2 goals and 4 assists. And like I say, he's been standing in as the wide playmaker for Vela and doing a cracking job, as did Green do as well. But still, nice to be able to use him and play him since he came back. He's only a young player as well, so very, very quick. I would say not quite as skillful as Vela, obviously, but still a good player. So it's been nice. Considering all the rubbish I did with the transfers and all the rest of it, it's been very nice to have him come back and be part of the squad. Because, of course, that's the other thing. We are getting to that stage of season there where people are getting knackered. And we've had 1 or 2 injury issues and all the rest of it, which left us short of players. But as you can see, first 11 is just shot. I'll tell you what I'm going to do, though. I'm going to give them a day off. Just rest them for a day. Apart from anything else, I said I would in the actual press conference, which normally I don't follow up on. But we'll give them a rest. They deserve it. But yeah, so now what this means is obviously you now, if you haven't done it already, need to go and watch Chris Sproul's latest video. The link is in the description below to his channel. Please do check it out. Anyway, I've been avoiding relegation. Thank you very, very much for watching, and I will see you in the next episode of MLS Madness with LAFC.